murder and wrongfully convicted by the office of Kamala Harris, sentenced 50 to life in prison. It took me 5.5 years to ultimately get back in the trial due to prosecutorial misconduct, and it took me another year to go to my second trial, to which I was vindicated by a jury of my peers. When I got convicted, Kamala Harris was in the courtroom. When I got sentenced 50 to life in prison, Kamala Harris was in the courtroom. When I looked back and I seen her, she was smiling. And she did that stupid ass laugh that she do right now. This shit ain't funny.
As a parent then, as a homeowner, if you have some equity in your home, you can say to your child, you know, don't take out the loan. I'll take out some of the equity to help you pay for tuition so that you don't graduate with extraordinary student loan debt. And so that when you graduate, you can do your dream job and not worry about those hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt, and you can go on and prosper.
No. Stop giving financial advice, Kamala. This is a nightmare. What she's saying is, hey, adults, parents, don't put on your mask first. Go backwards into debt and put your home at risk with a home equity loan or a home equity line of credit in order to send your kid to college debt-free. Do I want your kid to go to college debt-free? Absolutely. This is not the way to do it. Avoid this at all costs. Put your own mask on first.
All right, so I hope you all got to hear and see those clips, because this is what a presidential term would look like under Kamala. She can't give great advice financially. She sentenced a man to prison and then laughed about it. And there's so much more. Don't worry, I got you. I'm gonna throw some more at you so you can absorb it and get it in, right? Because like, Kamala is a joke. She's a disaster. Like, if we are under her for 4 years, you thought it was bad with Biden, and you believed the lies from the media about Trump. Oh my goodness, the storm that is set ahead if this woman succeeds in being president. I'm telling you, you are going to feel it, and you're going to feel it immediately.
Wins the 2024 presidency, then the economic depression that was meant for Donald Trump will fall to her administration. And so this is a message for you educated liberals and progressives who somehow missed what's obvious about the economy. We can't afford to be progressive anymore. Like, we printed money, right? We opened borders, flooded the census, which indirectly impacted the cost of living to rise. That's why you can't afford anything. We could not afford to fund Ukraine for your democracy. We could not afford to fund Iran either, but we are. We're spurring World War III. We can't afford to do that, but we are. So here's my point. If you want to focus and fixate on Kamala Harris's genitals and her brown skin, I hope you understand political strategy is making a fool out of you. You see, it's Donald Trump that's supposed to take all the blame for the incoming economic depression. Now that you want to support Kamala Harris at the rate that you're supporting her, that guarantees that she's going to inherit it, and that guarantees that you're going to be going through a depression as an economy together while under her administration. And she just showed you that she's incompetent. She showed you. Look at her resume on the border.
Big facts. Big freaking facts. She has a record, and it is not good. And the media and the left are trying their hardest to cover it up. But it's so messy. Like, you can still find stuff that she has not been successful with. I mean, like, they're going back, or they're trying to go back and tell you that she was never appointed border czar. But the same media outlets that said that she was appointed are now coming back and saying that she was never appointed. But you can go back and find where they said she was appointed. You can go back and find where Biden says that she's been appointed border czar. And the only thing that she has told the illegals that have made their way into this country illegally, okay, illegally, which is against the law, wrong, is that she just told them not to come. What kind of foolishness is that? And she was a judge, prosecutor, DA, whatever you want to call her. She's supposed to know the law. This woman is a socialist, okay? She doesn't believe in closed borders, but you know what that means for you? All you black people out there, even the white people, there were white women that had a Zoom call that are surrounding, they're gaining support, giving support for Kamala. They raised a bunch of money for, talking about it's time that we get a female in the office and stuff like that. Look, if that's all you guys are looking at, you are looking at the wrong thing. And you are going to get what you pay for, which is a bunch of mess. The woman didn't even make it past the first round of primaries when she ran for president the last time. Nobody wants her, but you guys are sucking it up. You're inhaling it, and all it's going to do is just come back and bite you big time. We're all going to pay a price. Look at what she came out and supported when she was first told, or when we were first told that she was on the ballot for president, right? She came out, she started supporting LGBTQ and abortion. What has she said that she's going to do for the black community? Nothing. But all you black people are rallying around her like she's a savior. That is it's sad. It truly is, because you've learned nothing. Not a thing. She comes out here, she'll laugh at your face. She'll laugh in your face. Okay? She'll probably make a face at you, but whatever, regardless. The woman is horrible. Okay? And our foreign adversaries, they see that. If you see that you are having problems right now trying to make ends meet, you're having a hard time keeping up with your bills, you're not able to go on your nice little vacations, trips, you're not able to splurge, you're not able to treat yourself, you're not able to handle business, you're not even able to go out there and start your own business right now under this economy, wait until Kamala comes in. I know there are a lot of people that, especially a lot of black people, that are out there and they are entrepreneurs. They have their own pressure washing, car detail, the barber shops. You got all of these entrepreneurs out there on across the whole spectrum of people. But I know what I see personally are a lot of black people. You guys are going to lose that. And the white people that are out there pandering, talking about some, we need to rally around her. She's, it's time for us to, show that we're not. Stop that mess. Stop that mess, because she's going to come after the white people. You think I'm playing? You think I'm joking? She's going to come after you all. She's going to make you all the bad guys. She's into Marxism. Her father was a Marxist, is a Marxist. I'm not sure if he's still alive or whatever, but that was his foundation. And Karl Marx hated black people. Karl Marx despised black people. Karl Marx was a disgusting individual as well. Dude did not like to bathe. And he never made money for himself. He instead mooched off of family and friends. But regardless, this woman is dangerous. And you are all looking at the wrong things. You're talking about you don't want Trump, anybody but Trump. At the end of the day, you're going to pray for Trump, because 4 years under Trump, everything that they told you he did not implement. They talk their push, they're gaslighting. They're trying to make you fear a man that never instilled fear in you at all when he was president before. They have dragged this man through the mud, he and his family, through the mud. Do you think that that man really, really, really wants to get into Washington so freaking bad that he is willing to have his life destroyed just to come in and try to destroy your life? Oh, but yeah, of course you guys are going to believe that because, orange man, white man bad, white privilege. How does he have white privilege when this dude lost a whole bunch of money, or they're going after his money financially? If he had white privilege, then he wouldn't have to go through the courts that he's going through. He wouldn't have had to go through them like they dragged him through them. But anyway, go ahead. I'm going to let her finish.
She showed you that her Marxist subscriptions make her incompetent. They disqualify her from being the leader of the country. And now I'll tell you Republicans and you independents something. I want you to take a fine look at a thought experiment that's just right there. If you pay attention, it's right there in front of your eyes. If you put Donald Trump in the White House, he will be on the end of coups, impeachments. He will take the blame for an economic downturn. This is all to mean that you have to ask yourself, whose administration do you want to be under as you're going through a depression? The depression is very real. It's coming. And it's going to be very scary, and it's going to expose that the same systems that we're trying to abolish and bring down right now are the same systems we're dependent upon. And so I guess in a bid to just stand on the business I stand on when it comes to national divorce, because strategically, the establishment has made a fool out of us. And we're also dealing with liberals and progressives who absolutely 100% show that they sacrifice everything for their ideology. Good for them, I guess. But at the end of the day, we have no business sharing a union from this moment forward. If you actually let Kamala Harris ascend to the White House and make a move to secede from the union, you have to make that your fight. You can actually make her presidency moot in your state. You can cut off the policies that travel from the White House to a state near you. You'd be safer going through a depression without Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is going to be focused on taking your guns. She's going to be focused on all the stuff that women generally are, all the feelings stuff. Meanwhile, you're going to see an age where you have to protect your resources and your food and your families and yourselves. Do you want Kamala Harris to be the chief and commander? If you do, listen up. And this is not to be vulgar, but I hope her genitalia and her melanin and her strong black queen energy gets you through the economic depression that was meant to fall on Donald Trump's lap. Congrats, you got played.
Exactly. And I think she did a great job depicting how incompetent and how much of a disaster a presidential term, or Kamala presidential term, would be for us. And I will leave a link in the description for Jasmine. I can't remember her last name, but I just came across her, found the video interesting. But I will leave a link for you guys in the description so you can go check her out. But yeah, I mean, like, again, there's a economic crisis and a lot of people are feeling it, having to make life altering decisions at the pump, having to hold off on certain necessities, having to do the best that they can to get through. And it should not be like that. You have got to admit, unless you were just somebody that's just horrible with money all around, it wasn't like that with Trump. I mean, like, it, and this is one thing that you have got to understand about Trump. He does not like to lose. And what I mean by that is he doesn't want to be a failure. He doesn't like to be a failure. So if that means that he can gain more support by giving the people what they want, what they need, that he sees that they need and want, he's going to do it. That's winning to him. It's not a gain of him. He's winning because you're winning. That's what he likes to see. So, I mean, like, it's crazy again that we got to keep coming down this path of why Kamala is not fit to run this country. She ran on being an Indian, on her Indian heritage while she was in California. She called Biden out for his racism when she was running as when she was running for president and they were up there on the debate stage. She called him out on that and then turned around and became his sidekick as long as she called herself black and let them say that she was black. So she ditched her heritage for identity politics to try to identify with you all. How is that not disrespectful? How is that not a slap in the face? How is that not racist? And then we all find out, I mean, a lot of us already knew, but they finally come out and say that, Biden has definitely declined cognitively. After as many years after all the years, like even Kamala was she was by his side and she was there. Now, how do you vote for someone that just stood beside someone that was in a mental decline and say that nothing was wrong? Either she's completely oblivious or she was, of course, a part of it. Either way, how could you be okay with that? How could you vote for that? She played you. And that's dangerous. Now, this next clip I'm going to close out with, and this young lady, she literally gets it. Her name is Brianna. I'll also leave a link in the description so you can go check out more of her content. But she nails it as well. And honestly, like there's no you can't dispute it.
Someone please just give me a valid reason as to why they're voting for Kamala Harris. So far, the only two that I've heard is because she's a woman and she's black. I'm from the exact same people that can't define what a woman is and who say not to judge people based off the color of their skin. Okay, thought we learned our lesson with Obama, but apparently not. Actually terrifying that this is the type of woman that people want as the president of the United States. They want a woman that's known for using her mouth to get to the positions that she's in. And I don't mean public speeches. But then again, based off the morals of the women of the left, not surprising. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against having a woman president, but I'm not going to vote for someone just because they've got a cooch. Especially one that is pro-defund the police and open border. Those are the same ones that say that Trump is trying to take down the democracy and you don't even realize what's happening in front of your own eyes. You now have a candidate that you did not vote for. This has never happened before. All you are is a puppet in their game. I thank you for your service of being a little social justice warrior for the past 4 years, but we don't want that anymore. You want a woman president so bad? I'm sure that it's not one that's going to be a complete embarrassment to our country. When push comes to shove, it's not going to matter what's in her pants or the color of her skin. It's time that you start actually using your brain because we can't afford another 4 years of this. Have a good day.
All right, everyone. I hope you got some good content today. Give you something to think about. Just remember to always, always, always keep our nation in your prayers, and please go and do your own research. And again, I always appreciate you stopping in. Please hit that like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.